Hello and welcome to my video, lesson 4.2 on area with SI slash metric units. So just before I move on, I just want to suggest that if you haven't yet, watch the 4.2 video on imperial units, as I just go into detail about rectangles, triangles, and circles and how to get the area for each. So let's just, as a recap though, remember that the area of a rectangle is equal to length times width. And so if we look at our shape here, where would our rectangle be? Well, our rectangle includes this side, includes the bottom, includes up here, and across. Right? So that's our rectangle. Not the most perfect rectangle, but pretty close. And we have the length of 6 meters times the length of 10 meters. And we multiply those together to get 60 meters squared. All right, and now we're going to look at our triangle. So what's the area of a triangle? Well, it is base times height divided by 2. So in this case, what is our base? Our base is pretty easy. It's the 10 at the base. Well, actually, before we even do that, what's our triangle? Well, we have a triangle that goes up this way, up to the peak, across, and then down here. So hopefully, well, maybe I'll just go like this. Hopefully you guys can see that triangle. Okay, so we have a triangle up there. So we have a base of 10 meters. We have a height of something. Let's take a look at that and divide by 2. So what's the height there? Well, the height is 8 minus 6. Because this 8 goes all the way up, minus this 6, which goes only part way up. So 8, let's just write that down, 8 minus 6. Okay, if we simplify that, then we'd have 10 times 2 meters divided by 2. And then you go 10 times 2 is 20, divided by 2 is 10. So 10 meters squared. So now we just have to add those two numbers together. So 60 meters squared plus 10 meters squared. So actually, let's write the whole thing properly. So area total equals area rectangle plus area of the triangle. Okay, now I'll write it out. Area of the rectangle was 60 meters squared, plus the area of the triangle was 10 meters squared. If we add those together, we have 70 meters squared. Okay, so that's finding the area of the side, but it also tells us here that each siding piece covers 1,500 centimeters squared. So that means we're going to have to know it in centimeters squared. So let's try to convert here to centimeters squared. So the question is, how do we convert? So normally when we go from meters to centimeters, we just multiply by 100, right? But the problem here is that it's centimeters squared and meters squared. So we have to do this twice. So just like we would square this, we have to square this. Okay? So we're going to square that at the bottom here when we convert. So 70 meters squared times by 100 squared. Or you could write it times by 100 times by 100. Or you could write it as times by 10,000 times by 10,000. So, oh, I missed a zero here. I meant to have one more zero. Hold on. Fix my numbers quickly. Yeah, that'll work out better. Okay, so anyways, 70 times by 100 squared equals, so once we do that, we'll get to 700,000 centimeters squared. Okay, so that tells us now we've converted. So that's centimeters squared per meters squared. So now we've converted, and now we just have to divide by the number of pieces, or figure out the number of pieces by dividing by the area each piece covers. So divided by, let's go green actually, divided by that 1500 or 15,000, sorry, that we talked about earlier per piece. And we get 46.7, which you would round up to 47 pieces. So I hope that this video helps you understand area with SI and metric units a little bit better, especially the idea of converting like this, or adding shapes together to get bigger shapes. And in the last episode, or last video, we subtracted shapes. So now we're adding before we subtracted. I hope this helps. Good luck.